Okay, hi. Thanks for having a look at the show. As you can see, I have some posters here that represent the 1970s and 80s. And we've restored these with canvas backing, courtesy of Dale Anthony. And here I've got some t-shirts that I've made into these Buddha banners. And the purpose of that is to sort of like create a merger between the spiritual and the profane. Spiritual being, you know, the iconic format, and the profane being a t-shirt that you wear in your body. And hopefully the message reverberates on a, you know, a higher, louder scale. Okay. So here we have some more Buddha flags, same idea, t-shirts and spiritual. And here's another poster.
It's going all blurry for some reason.
That's alright.
Okay.
Blurry's fine. And here's another spiritual Buddha banner.
Why did you do spiritual exactly related with the nuclear development in New Zealand? What was the connection with that for you as a person?
Well, the connection for me is that each t-shirt has a message, and the message is, it's not only ideological and activist, but it's also a message which is like a prayer. It's also I guess a higher concept, or a meditative concept. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm sort of elevating this activist logo into sort of a meditative mantra.
Is it kind of like harnessing this, kind of the power behind it into more of a, you know, like a peace-related mantra, as you said? Kind of like the two ideas? I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
merging. It's a merging of the two ideas, definitely. Yeah,
because it's
definitely.
quite powerful, the nuclear, yeah, anyway. Cool.
Yeah, so there's some more up here. So each t-shirt has a message. You might not be able to see it with the light in the background. So, and then this is a little peace stall that we used to have in the 80s, and the idea was, you know, you got the message out there by car stickers and other stickers, and you created your nuclear-free zone, and the zone might be your house or your school. And in New Zealand, it snowballed into councils, and then councils numbered up, and then the whole country was declared nuclear-free. So it was kind of a progression that went from the microcosm of the private household into the macrocosm of the public arena. How's that?
That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
So, and here's a video I took of Larry, my father, who actually moved things around in his garage.
But this is all the what is it? Not memorabilia, but things that he had during the time.
Exactly, memorabilia and posters and notes,
material,
and, articles and stickers, and also objects. He liked playing around with objects and cardboard boxes, and you know, various. He was very keen on boxes. And
being an activist, did he have a very kind of creative role in, you know, being an activist, you have to be creative with what you got, right? With your materials and everything that he did.
His background was actually in advertising, so he actually had his degree was engineering, but he was kind of a campaigner.
Yeah.
So he comes from, other than a straight-out activist, he came from more campaigning background. So he realised that you had to sort of mobilise masses of people, and to do that you needed some kind of structural program to do that. So so he was more of a campaigner.
And then it worked really effectively, though. I mean, like, it got the message out, and we're a nuclear country because of it. So.
Yeah, and he gave talks around the country, and he actually, this is his logo that he invented. He used the Saffamore, I think it's called the Saffamore symbol, but he put it on top of New Zealand. And that is iconic in anyone's book.
Yeah.
And this is a New Zealand nuclear-free peacemaker banner, and it's a prize-winning banner because, you know, we're the first country to declare ourselves nuclear-free, so I've kind of made it into this, you know, sort of like first, second and third type ribbon prize.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, and these are all sort of pieces of T-shirts and things, because the T-shirt is really iconic as far as getting messages out there. If you want to say, give your message to the world, put it on a T-shirt. So, yeah. So
would you say your father was a hippy-dippy, or would you...
No, he always wore a suit. He always wore
Really?
a suit to give talks, and because he believed that he didn't want to be identified as a hippy-dippy because people wouldn't take him seriously. So his idea was to be able to present to parliamentarians, or, you know, the average New Zealander as well as the Greens, and so he always tried to maintain anyway sort of like a middle-of-the-road campaign, and I think that was part of the success, because you don't have to be left or right to be nuclear-free, and that's
really good.
Or even super green. It was just, you know, something that you know, everybody could pick up, and everybody did. So here's a cute little bear. He says, "Fund health workers and schools, not frigates." And, you know, frigates cost this country, frigates and planes and military cost this country billions, and you could certainly fund more schools and facilities for children if you didn't have all this military expenditure. So, you know, that alone is really quite a disgusting aspect of politics, is the amount of money that gets spent in the military, and yet, you know, families struggle to take their kids to the doctors. So
is this actually legit beer from the time?
No, I made this beer.
Oh, because it looks so legit.
I made this beer out of a sweatshirt. The sweatshirt is a legit sweat logo of the time. So
wow, it looks like it's from the era. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so you could say that he's from the era because what he's made out of is from the era. So
oh, that's awesome! I love that. That's a great idea.
So
I could see people even buying that today.
Oh.
I could see that.
Oh.
That's cool.
Well, I have to make many more beers.
Yeah.
But if anyone's got a sweatshirt or a T-shirt that they want to be made into a Buddha banner or a bear, just let me know, because I'm their person. So
nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Why should a T-shirt have an end of the life, you know, when it's got a good message on it? So yeah, so bring out all those old T-shirts that you've been throwing away, and you can use them and make them into something special.
Cool.
Okay. Cut.